So growing up, one of my dad's biggest pet peeves was someone using all of the ice and not refilling the ice trays.
The next time I come in here and there's no ice, somebody's gonna get it.
Well, one hot summer day, I made myself a cold glass of water with some ice. Then I got distracted and forgot to refill the ice tray and put it back in the freezer. Several hours later, I went back into the kitchen to get a snack and I seen the ice tray there. All of the leftover ice melted and I just heard the garage. That means my dad is home. I had to think real fast and I got an idea. I refilled the ice tray and put it back in the freezer. Then I went to the breaker panel and turned off the refrigerator. That way my dad is just gonna think that the power went out. A few minutes later, my dad was like,
"What's wrong with this fridge?"
I don't know, maybe the power went out.
Or maybe you made the power go out. That way I wouldn't know about you not refilling the ice trays.
Oh my goodness, he knows. How did you know, Daddy?
Wait a minute, I was just playing. You really did that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gonna get it?
No! So one day, Ethan heard a knock at the door.
Can I help you with something?
Yeah, I'm here to see Brayton.
I'm okay. One question. Are you a friend or are you a foe?
A foe.
Well, come right in.
When he walked in the house, Brayton was helping his dad with something.
Come on, Brayton, pick it up. I'm trying. Just put it down, Brayton. Just put it down.
Hey, Brayton, someone's here to see you.
When Brayton turned around, he almost passed out.
Bernard, what are you doing here?
Hi, Brayton. I came here to see you.
Brayton, get over here and help me out again.
Oh, let me, Mr. Smith. I'm pretty sure I'm stronger than Brayton. Then Bernard lifted up the table with no problem.
Wow, I don't know who you are, but you are stronger than Brayton. Come help me out with some more stuff Brayton was too weak for.
Bernard started helping out with a whole lot of things, and Brayton couldn't stand it.
What's wrong with you, Brayton?
Nothing. I'm just seeing what me and Zendaya's baby will look like on this app. The link to the app is in the comments.
Well, Bernard's about to leave. Come on.
Thank you for your help.
I called my son Caden to ask him which flavor prime drink he wanted, but he didn't answer. Turns out he didn't have any phone service in our backyard. I didn't want there to ever be a time that I couldn't get in touch with him, so I had no choice but to buy worldwide walkie-talkies. I wanted to make sure they truly had unlimited reach, so I went in the front yard to see if Caden could still hear me. He said he could, but I realized I was still pretty close to the house. So I got on my electric scooter and rode 20 miles down to the train station, then tested them again. He said he could still hear me, and I was extremely impressed. I wanted to do the ultimate test, so I ran up 60 floors into my friend's apartment, and when I tested the walkie-talkies, Caden didn't respond. I knew it was too good to be true, so I came home to return the walkie-talkies, but it turns out Caden did hear me. He just didn't feel like responding. Comment below if you ever ignored your parents. So I was just getting ready to watch the solar eclipse when my eclipse glasses accidentally flew into the pool. I panicked and realized I had no other way to safely view the eclipse, so I quickly searched online for a way to fix the glasses, and someone said I can dry them off by laying it out in the sun. But then the glasses caught on fire, so I had no choice but to pour water on them again. The eclipse was about to get started and I was running out of time, so I tried to shake the water off the glasses, but then they rinsed apart. So I grabbed some glue to mend it back together, but then I got glue on the lenses. I sat on the side of the street devastated that I was about to miss the eclipse, but then I realized I had a whole pack of eclipse glasses, so I ran back in the house and searched everywhere for them. But when I found them, they were stuck together. I finally managed to get one loose, but by that time, the eclipse was over. Like this video if you've seen the eclipse today. So I was fixing my son's swing when he asked if he could have some Takis. I told him no and walked under my ladder. Caden said that walking under a ladder is bad luck, but I told him that wasn't true. After I finished fixing the swing, I stepped on a crack, and Caden said, "Step on a crack, break your mother's back." Then I got a call from my mom saying she had just hurt her back, so I had to go to the hospital. I grabbed my shirt from the dryer, but it had turned pink. Then I made myself a bottle of water, but when I tasted it, it was vinegar. I went to get my car keys from their usual spot, but they were gone. At that point, I started believing in bad luck and prayed for it to go away. Then Caden started laughing. I asked him what was so funny, and he said he had been pranking me the whole time because I wouldn't let him eat Takis. Comment below if you've ever had bad luck. So I took my son to Dave & Buster's, and all he wanted to do was stare at the toys in the gift shop. In order to get him to leave, I told him if he had won more than 1,000 tokens, that I would buy him any gift he wanted. I chose games that I knew he couldn't beat, like the axe throwing game. He barely could pick up the axe, but somehow, bullseye! He started celebrating while I was so confused. He played milk jug toss, and once again, score! More celebration. Next, he went to the claw game, and I knew he wasn't going to win anything, but somehow he lined the claw up perfectly and pressed the button, and he got 2 prizes at once. I was shocked. I didn't want to have to buy him a gift, so I chose a game that I knew he couldn't win. Basketball. Just like I thought, he was missing every shot, which was perfect because this was his last chance to reach 1,000 tickets. But guess what happened? He made the buzzer shot, which in return gave him a lot of points. When he checked his balance, he had over 1,800 tickets, and I had to buy him whatever gift he wanted. So I was just drinking my coffee and pickle juice when I realized my son's school alarm didn't go off. I ran upstairs and told Caden to wake up and get in the shower. Then I went to pack his lunch, but remembered I forgot to go grocery shopping. I had no choice but to run to the store and get him a Lunchable. When I got back, I didn't hear the shower running, and when I checked, Caden was still sleeping. I yelled at him to wake up again. After putting his lunch in his backpack, I realized his school's iPad wasn't there. I searched the whole house, but it was gone. So I ran back upstairs to ask Caden where it was, and he was still asleep. I had no choice but to grab a pan and a big spoon and start banging them to wake him up. I yelled at him, telling him we were going to be late to the bus stop, and he angrily reminded me that it's summer break. Comment below a time your parents woke you up for no reason. My mom forced me to watch our neighbor's kid. His name is Daryl, and I asked him if he wanted to play some games or something. But then he told me his secret.
My grandpa's pretending to be handicapped.
Huh?
Yeah, he does all types of things and nobody believes me.
At first, I didn't believe him until I seen it myself. He was cutting the grass, lifting things up, even playing basketball.
Now do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, your grandpa's cool.
No, he's a phony, and you're gonna help me prove it.
While helping Daryl set up cameras, his grandpa said he'd give me money if I didn't press record. Moments later, he went into the kitchen with a microphone and started performing. Daryl thought he finally caught his grandpa.
Finally got you, Grandpa. Wait a minute, where's the video?
I told him I must have forgotten to press record.
Next time, I'm gonna get you, Grandpa.
Once I reach 10 million subscribers, I'll help Daryl expose his grandpa. My wife wanted me to stop drinking so much Prime because she thinks I'm hooked on it. But instead of getting rid of it, I filled a small pool with Prime. That way, I could pretend I was swimming while secretly drinking Prime. When Destiny came out and asked what I was doing, I said I was swimming. She asked why I wasn't using our regular pool, and I told her the small pool was for our baby daughter. She thought that was a good idea and went to get our daughter so she could swim too. I didn't want my daughter in the Prime pool because she might have an accident in it. So I quickly poured the Prime back into the bottles and looked for a new hiding spot. I went to Home Depot, bought a water fountain, and filled it with Prime. But then Destiny used it and noticed it tasted like Prime. Comment below if you think I should have hidden it somewhere else. So when school was over, everyone used to play around in the school parking lot. We were tossing the football around, and when I threw it, it hit Brayton.
Who hit me with something?
Of course, everyone pointing at me. Brayton walked up to me and punched me in the face.
Hey, man, you don't gotta punch people like that.
Yermy came out the bushes and walked up to Brayton.
Man, if you don't get out of here, Yermy.
Leave, Yermy. I don't want you to get hurt.
Hey, chill, young buck. I'm just gonna talk to him real quick.
Talk? There's no talking to Brayton, and Yermy was about to find out.
I think you need to learn how to keep your hands to your suit.
Brayton punched Yermy right in his face.
Oh, what he hit me with?
His fist.
Hey, that's what I thought.
Yermy passed out on the ground.
Oh, yeah, I'm bad.
Psst, Yermy, pretend that Brayton owes you $5.
Oh, you messed up now.
I ain't scared of you.
Juice up. Man, you better go and get my money. Yeah. Woo, $5.
So my wife, Destiny, finally came home from visiting her family.
Where's my perfect little son at?
Caden ran right up to her and jumped into her arms while giving me a little smirk. You don't know how mad that made me. And then she asked me,
So, how was it watching Caden?
I started thinking about all the bad things he's been doing these last few days.
I knew you couldn't handle him. You think my job is so easy, but it's not.
I got so mad, so I said, watching Caden was a piece of cake. I'll show you. Caden asked for some breakfast, and I gave him a bowl of cereal. And then he asked for his tablet. But there was one problem. It was dead. Caden gave me that look, and Destiny started shaking her head. Then Caden flipped over his bowl of cereal and started running around the house. I was trying my best to catch him, but he was too fast. And then all of a sudden, Destiny yells,
Caden, SpongeBob's on.
and then he runs into the room and starts watching TV. I was amazed. She did what I couldn't do in less than 2 seconds. Now with us both home, Caden can't win, right? So during summer vacation, there was never any food in the house.
All right, son, I'm going to work.
But what am I gonna eat? All that food in the fridge?
Boy, you can find something.
The only thing that would be left in the fridge is condiments and leftover side dishes. In the pantry, all we had was rice cakes and canned goods. There ain't no food in here. One day I went out to get the mail and I seen a restaurant menu. The food was looking so good and I was hungry. The only problem was I had no money. But then I remembered about the emergency coin jar. There ain't no food, I'm starving, this is an emergency. So I went in my parents' room and got the coin jar. The food cost $5 and I picked out $7 to, give the driver a little tip. I ordered my food and it was finally here. I paid the delivery man in all pennies.
Keep the change.
When I closed the door, I could hear the delivery man cursing, but I didn't know what for. I started buying food with money from the coin jar for a whole week. But then I forgot that my dad would count the coin jar at the end of the week. And that jar was empty.
What happened to all my coins?
I just act like I didn't hear him. So our son Caden wanted a fun spring break and asked us what we had planned. We told him we were going to simply relax, and he was not happy about that. He He asked what fun things he could do, and we said he could do whatever he wanted to, just not fly to Florida on his own like he did last time. He smiled, and this time booked a ticket to Mexico. Before he knew it, he was on an airplane heading to his next destination. As soon as he landed, he wasted no time having fun. He went down thrilling water slides, jumped off cliffs, went rock climbing, swimming, seen parrots, ate all the candy he wanted, and had a beach deck. Then he explored the jungle, walked through caves, and took the time to look at nature. He even made time to meditate, which was his favorite way to relax and distress. When he got back to his hotel room, he called us and told us about the amazing day he had. We assumed it was a joke and joined in the laughter. Caden got frustrated and just like last time, told us to look at his location. We couldn't believe he was really in Mexico, so we got up quickly to go and find him. So when I was younger, I used to flip over trash cans, pots, and pans and bang on them. My parents quickly realized that I had a love for drums, and one day I came home and I had a drum set. I'll tell you, I was playing those drums every day. I'd wake up and start playing my drums. I'd come home from school and start playing my drums. Instead of eating dinner at the dinner table, I was eating my food while playing the drums.
I can't take this no more. Desmond, when I'm home, don't be playing those drums that loud or I'ma take them away.
Oh, sorry, Dad. So, like this?
Softer.
Like this?
Softer.
Like this?
Even softer. Now that's what I'm talking about. No louder than that. Man, I can't even hear nothing. What'd you say?
Nothing. So the next day, I waited until 7 p.m. to play my drums because that's when my dad left for work. I was really going at it when all of a sudden my dad came downstairs.
Boy, what did I tell you yesterday?
Dad, I thought you went to work.
Oh, so now you're being smart. You know today's my day off.
I forgot what day it was.
Oh, so now you want to act dumb. Give me those drumsticks. I'm taking your drums back. No!
So my wife and I both love keeping our house clean. We're always entertaining, having friends over, so we like to keep things looking nice. However, my level of clean is a little extreme.
If I clean an area, he comes right behind me and cleans it again. Did I not do a good job? I already cleaned that area.
Yeah, I know, but it's a really big area, so, I just want to make sure that it's clean. When it's time to clean, I really don't like us taking breaks. I just want us to keep on working until the job is done. Kaden, are you up there cleaning?
Yes.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. I already know he's not. Let's go check on him. Yup, Nah, don't start trying to clean up now. This room looks exactly as it did an hour ago.
All I want to do is just play my game and be left alone. But I can't when he's in this mood.
All right, let me see something. I don't know.
All right, you clean it. I'm over it.
Man, why is everybody in a bad mood today? Kaden, get down here. Kaden left all of his toys in the middle of the floor. I just don't get it. You have your... Takis are my son Kaden's favorite snacks. He's been eating them since he was a baby. But one day, I got a call from his doctor saying that Takis are burning holes in kids' stomachs. So I had no choice but to ban Kaden from eating Takis. After throwing out every bag we had in the house, I caught him eating a bag in the tree. He must have bought them from the grocery store. So I decided to go there and buy all of them so he couldn't buy them anymore. But then I realized I couldn't go home with all of those Takis. So I placed all the Takis behind my tire and ran over them. My tire had Takis crumbs all over them and I brushed them off. But then my fingers had Takis flavoring on them. Out of curiosity, I took a lick and my eyes lit up. It was the best thing I ever tasted. So I went back in the store and bought me a new bag and ate it in seconds. When I got home, Kaden could smell my breath from across the room. He laughed and pulled out a bag for us to share. Comment below which Takis flavor you like best. One morning, Ethan came downstairs and saw his dog had an accident. The household rule was if you seen it first, you had to clean it. Although he wasn't happy about having to clean it up, it gave him an idea. He grabbed a few toilet paper rolls, wet it under some water, tore it up, and then mashed it all together. I just made fake poo. Once it dried, he left it somewhere Brayton would see it.
Come on, Snoop, this early?
And Brayton cleaned it up. Ethan thought it was so funny that he decided to make more fake poo.
Brayton's gonna be cleaning this up all day.
Brayton walked out the bathroom and found fake poo. While he was playing his video games, he seen fake poo. And worst of all, while he was eating, he seen fake poo.
Ew, that's it, Snoop. You're staying with me.
Brayton kept Snoop with him to make sure he didn't have another accident. But Ethan didn't know that. Brayton went back in the kitchen and seen more poo.
How did he have another accident when he was with me the whole time? Wait a minute.
Brayton got closer to the poo and seen that it was fake.
Ethan!
Yes, Brayton?
Have you been putting his fake poo down all day?
Yes, I have.
Tell me why.
So when I was a kid, I used to try to impress my parents all the time. I would do little things like brush my teeth really well and asking them to check how good my breath smells, or showing them my special super secret powers. No matter what I did, they were always so impressed. Well, one day while they were at work during summer vacation, I was trying to think of something amazing to do, so when they came home, they were really impressed. So I decided to do all of the chores. The problem was, I've never done some of those chores before, so I just did my best. When my parents got home later on, I was just waiting for them to see what I did.
Oh my goodness, who did the dishes and who did the laundry and who mopped these floors?
I ran down the stairs as fast as I could. Okay, it was me. I did everything. But my pops wasn't looking too impressed. Turns out, some dishes aren't made for the dishwasher. One red sock can make all of your white clothes pink. And I didn't know you're supposed to dry the floor after you're done mopping so no one falls.
Who told you to do all this stuff?